Hello, beautiful. Thank you for tuning in into another episode of the Sacred Roots podcast. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is really dear to my heart. And before we dive in, I want to thank you for pressing play. Thank you for welcoming me in your private space. Thank you for creating the space in your life as well to find clarity, to find alignment, to find purpose, to come home to your essence. And I invite you to listen to this episode and to take action. In this episode, I'm going to share several tips with you, very practical exercises and questions you can ask yourselves and actions you can take in order to integrate this podcast and to start creating a change in your life. Because if you've tuned in, it's probably because you want more of something, more time, more space, more purpose, more clarity, more direction, more impact, more money. And all those more can happen a lot of different ways, but they are only going to happen if you take action. And one of those actions might be to sign up to the 3-day challenge, Fully Expressed, that I'm hosting next week. And that is going to help you fully express all of your divine essence, all of your feminine gifts, all of who you truly are. And that is actually completely key to live a life of abundance, purpose, play, health, and all those things that we want to have, because you can absolutely have it all. But that happens through the full expression of your essence and your gifts. And maybe if that's not resonating with you, maybe the action is going to be to change something in your business, or start reading a book that's been calling you, or going on a trip. It doesn't really matter. I just invite you to take action after you've listened to this episode. So now, without further ado, let's dive in. Hello, my beautiful souls. I want to have an important conversation with you today. So that's why I'm doing this impromptu live. So in the past 2 days, I've had 2 conversations with 2 women that were kind of telling me that they were a bit lost in their life, that they didn't really know how to bring more joy, how to bring more happiness, how to be more in alignment with their soul. They weren't really fulfilled in their jobs. They weren't really fulfilled in their personal lives. And that really got me thinking, because it's something that actually makes me really sad when I see people not living their full potential, not being completely happy, living in joy, feeling healthy, being in their power. That's something that really, really touches me, because it reminds me of me. Because honestly, it reminds me of who I was 5 years ago, when I was just working a 9 to 5 at the bank, when I was in a marriage that was actually not a healthy marriage, that was emotionally abusive, when I didn't love myself, didn't trust myself, where I knew that one day I would be helping people, but I just didn't know what that really looked like. And so I want to share with you a little bit more about my personal life, how I got to where I am today, living this dream life, having 5-figure months, impacting women around the world, living in Bali right now, having a house that we love and we adore in Canada, friends that we love and we adore in Canada, and just realizing that I am the creator of my life. And that if something doesn't pleases me in my life, I sit with it. I see how I can change it, and I take care of it. So I wanted to share with you the number one thing that you can start to do if you feel lost in your life, if you're unfulfilled, if you feel there is more for you to express and experience in the world, but you don't really know where to start. Because this is how I started. And this is how I'm still leading my life today. And it's really by living from your intuition. And so I want to explain a bit more what that is, because even at the time, that wasn't really clear for me. What does that mean, living from your intuition? It means trusting your body, trusting your gut, trusting your desires that feel good, that feel expansive, trusting your dreams instead of following your head. We live in a world where our head is like the priority. Our masculine society prioritizes logic, rational thinking. But that only gets us that far. We need the feminine intuition. We need the feminine vision. We need the feminine dreams. Your dreams are not a coincidence. Your dreams are here for a reason. And we need to stop pushing down our dreams, because our dreams are two things. First, the real dreams that you make during the night, they are messages that you receive from your guides. They are messages that you receive from a future self. And you really go to night school at night. So there's a lot of wisdom that you can gain from that. And then the dreams that you have during the day, they are also messages from a future self. The things that you dream to have, that you dream to experience, it's because there's a part of you in another timeline, or I should say another version of you in another timeline, that is already experiencing that. And she knows you can get there. And she wants you to experience that joy, that fulfillment. And so those dreams that you have are not a coincidence. The things that are not possible for you, you wouldn't even think about them. Because our minds, even our imagination, the way our brain works is that it only perceives 1%. So I'm doing like this, but really it should be like this, with blinders against your eyes. You only perceive 1% of reality. There's 99% of reality that you don't perceive. So if you perceive something, it's absolutely because it's possible for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even think about it. Something, for example, that I never thought I would dream of being or doing is like a basketball star. I really don't see myself playing as a basketball athlete. Or something else. I don't see myself being a fisherman or a fisherwoman. But maybe that's your dream. Maybe living on the sea is something that fulfills you. Why don't you start following those desires? Those things that feel expansive, because these are messages from your soul that are actually guiding you. And so quite often when I talk about these things with clients, with friends, with people I meet randomly and that share that they are unfulfilled, they often say, yes, but I have this job. It's bringing me safety. Either it's a 9-to-5 or a business that's already successful. And we have this belief that money is safety, and that we need money in order to feel safe. It actually couldn't be further from the truth. Hang on here with me for a second. How do you know that your business is not going to collapse tomorrow? That the company you're working for is not going to collapse tomorrow and that everyone's going to be fired? You don't really know. You assume it's going to keep going and you hope so, but you don't really know. And so having money that is coming in a recurring way, if that keeps you safe and keeps you in the same position over and over, having the same months, the same year, but it's safe, it's something familiar, maybe not fulfilling, but something at least you know, so it feels safe, that is actually keeping you stuck and preventing you from exploring and really living your fullest potential. Because the true safety lies in believing in yourself, in investing in yourself, in trusting in yourself, because you always have yourself. You always have your life experience that you learned from. You always have your gifts, your genius, your talents, the things that you're naturally good at. That is your safety. If you bet on yourself, your gifts, your essence, if you invest in yourself, that's your safety. Because when you do that, you step into alignment with your essence and you become incredibly magnetic. When you honor your essence and are fully yourself, that is when you magnetize the right people in your life, the right clients, the right soul partners, the right team members. That's really when you come back to your original essence of abundance, Abundance is your birthright. Living with plenty of love, plenty of time, plenty of space, plenty of money, that is your birthright. And you experience that when you come back to your essence. That's why so much of the work I do with the women I work with is bringing them home to their essence so that they can unlock their fullest potential and really walk their purpose. And so while the first step is follow your intuition, it actually comes with a second step. They kind of go hand in hand. And that really is to let go of what doesn't serve you. Let go of what doesn't satisfy you. Let go of that 9 to 5 if it doesn't fulfill you. Let go of that business that might be successful, but if it doesn't fulfill you, it's not aligned with who you are anymore and who you came here to be. Because in order to step into that new version of you, that life that a part of you knows you can have, you're going to have to let go of the life you already have. And that's usually where the fear kicks in. Yes, but money is keeping me safe. Yes, but my partner is going to think I'm crazy. Yes, but what about my friends, my community? And all these fears kick in. And these fears are there to keep you safe, for sure. They come from your ego. But safe doesn't mean the most fulfilled. And you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to face the fear to be the most fulfilled, to be the happiest you can be, to have a life beyond your wildest dream, to walk your unique person and really to walk your unique purpose and really step into that person you came here to be. And so one of the things that helped me the most as well in that journey is working with the feminine archetypes. There are 12 different archetypes, and I want to share with you some of the main archetypes. I shared in this week's episode 4 main archetypes as well. And it's really potent to actually call in those archetypes when you want to start building that life of alignment, of joy, of beauty, of wealth, of abundance, of purpose, of impact. If you are at that place where you're feeling lost, but you feel you're really at the cusp of something new, call in the priestess archetype. Tap into your intuition. Ask guidance to your spirit squad because you are supported. Maybe you want to use an oracle card and pick a card every morning, and that's your guidance for the day, or that's your guidance for the week. Find ways that you can connect with the invisible and receive guidance because you're being guided every single day. Every single day you are being guided to be the most aligned. Every single day is a new opportunity for you to walk towards that life of alignment, of impact, of purpose, of full potential. But it's going to mean facing your fears. And so you can also call in for that the queen archetype. Because the queen archetype, she is a leader. She leads her life and she creates the change that she wants to see in the world. She knows that's scary. She knows not everybody is going to like her. But her courage, her vision, her leadership, her belief in herself is stronger than her fear, her worry, and knowing that she might not be appreciated by everyone, but that she will absolutely be loved by her people. And so once you've played with the priestess archetype and you have that intuition that is telling you to do a certain thing, if it makes you scared, call in your queen archetype. You are a powerful queen. You have leadership energy inside of you. And you are here to create the change that you want to see in the world, starting by your own life. If you don't like what you're seeing in your life, change it. Change your life. Step into the driver's seat, the leader's seat of your own life. Stop being in the passenger seat and doing like everybody else around you. Because the truth is that getting a 9 to 5, getting kids, getting a house, getting more money, and just trying to have fun here and there on holidays or numbing yourself with alcohol, movies, and so on, it is not bringing you the true fulfillment you know you can experience. And I know it's scary to get out of the comfort zone because I've been there. I know it's so much. But life on the other side can be so bright, so playful, so wild. And so I want you to call in a third archetype as well, which is the archetype of the creator. The creator, she's really there to bring beauty into the world. Start with your own life. How can you bring more beauty into your life? How can you become the creator of your own life? One of the reasons why we incarnate here on earth as souls is to remind ourselves of the creators that we are. You are the creator in human form. You are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean in a drop. And so that means you can create all the things that you desire. Start by creating the life that you desire. Start by envisioning the beauty you want to see in the world. Maybe it's through singing. Maybe it's through painting. Maybe it's through helping other people. Maybe you have an idea of a business that's going to revolutionize an industry and disrupt the world. Amazing. Go for it. You don't have that vision by coincidence. You don't have that dream by coincidence. And so playing with these archetypes is really going to help you to find your dreams, but also find the courage to go after your dreams and follow your intuition so that your dreams can become your reality. And that doesn't happen overnight. I agree. There's healing involved. There's releasing involved. There's letting go of old identities so that you can step into that next version of you, even though I don't really like that word because everything you need is already inside of you. You already are her in here. It's there. It just needs to be expressed. But working with those archetypes is really potent because you can channel that energy and then take action from there. And maybe it's through, if you want to call in the priestess, it's through using an oracle deck. If you want to work with the queen, it's through maybe wearing a crown or wearing a dress or putting on jewels that make you feel like a queen, like the potent leader and visionary that you are. If you want to play with the creator, put on some music, dance, go out for a walk, and vision your dream life. Allow yourself to dream. Wouldn't it be fun if? Play with that question, journal on that. So I've given you a lot of tips here. It's not just the number one thing to do when you're lost. There are many, 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 many. Definitely start with following your desires, your intuition, what feels warm, expansive, and open. And yes, there will be fear that goes with that. But if there's fear, amazing. You're onto something that's going to fulfill you so much more. That fear means you're onto something great, something different, something that's going to get you out of your comfort zone, something that's going to expand and nourish you. Embrace the fear. Thank it for showing you the right way and go for it. Call in the queen archetype, who's going to give you the courage, the leadership, the energy, also the boundaries you need to build your dream. Call in the creator to dream wild, to be playful. Wouldn't it be fun if this happened in my life? Wouldn't it be fun if I created this? And so if you want to work more with these archetypes, I really, really invite you to join me next week. Actually, it's not next week, it's the week after, in 10 days, for a free 3-day challenge where we are going to work with those archetypes. We're going to work with the queen, the priestess, the wild woman, the enchantress, and call in these energies so that we can embody them. Because true fulfillment, true joy, true abundance really happens through the embodiment of all the archetypes. When we do, all these quizzes of what feminine archetype are you, it's fun because it helps you see what archetype you're channeling the most. But really, we don't want to be channeling only one. We want to channel all of them. Because when you only channel one archetype, whether it's the queen archetype or the creator archetype or the priestess archetype, if you only channel one feminine archetype, that is going to create a gap in your life. And that gap is going to translate as not enough mission, not enough purpose, not enough time, not enough playfulness, not enough health, not enough money. It can express itself in a lot of different ways. So if you feel that you have a kind of lack or a kind of gap in your life, or maybe you do feel completely lost and so you have lack of clarity, it's because you've been channeling one of those archetypes too much. You need to call in the other ones. So join me in 10 days during this free challenge. I'm doing it free and I'm going to be giving you so much value. There's going to be practical exercises that I'm actually really excited to do with you because they're really potent, but also wisdom so that you can tap into those archetypes. And this work is so dear to my heart because it really breaks my heart when I see women not living their most amazing life, being unfulfilled, unhappy, not serving others with their gifts. It breaks my heart because I was there. I know it's hard to get to the other side. I know you have to let go of an old you, old habits, sometimes also people. But that do mean that it's to honor who you are. Come closer to your essence. Honor your beauty, honor your talents. And remember that you came here to serve others with your genius. So if that's calling you, I really invite you to check the link in the show notes or in the link in my bio, because I am so excited. I am so excited to teach this 3-day challenge to you and really not just inspire you and show you what's possible, but give you the tools to embody those archetypes, to come into fullness of yourself, to be fully expressed so that you can experience that life of fullness, purpose, potential, abundance, alignment. My second invitation, of course, once you've signed up to the challenge that starts May 3rd, my second invitation is don't just let this video, this podcast, be another podcast that you listen to. Don't just let this be something that you're listening to and then going back to your daily life. Pause for a second and really ask yourself, what does this mean for my life? What does this mean for my current identity, for where I'm at in my life? What does this mean for me? Is there one thing that I can take away from this podcast and that I can implement? Is there one question that really resonated with you that you can journal on? Because information is great, but it doesn't do much if you don't integrate it, if you don't sit with it, if you don't let it transform you. And I'm doing this, I'm showing up live, I'm giving you some of my free time when the sun is setting on a Saturday afternoon, because this really matters to me, because I've had this conversation and it's really turned on a fire inside of me that I want to share with you in order to empower you, in order to support you, in order to guide you, because I didn't have that guidance 5 years ago when I felt lost and just knew that I had to quit my job at the bank. Or even 3 years ago when I knew that the business that I had built, there was more that needed to come through me, but I didn't know what it was. So if you have this knowing that you're meant for more, to express more, to experience more, please take one thing away from this podcast. Let me know in the comments what it is and apply it to your life. What does this mean for your life? And what action are you going to take from this?